50.
Alright guys, so I finished torquing these bolts. Remember, these are 41 foot-pounds. The two bolts, actually the three bolts, there are three bolts that hold the engine, the transmission mount onto the body, and the two top bolts are 41 pounds. They recommend that the bottom one in here is 37 foot-pounds, but I put that at 41 foot-pounds because it's you know, it's, even though it's a shorter screw, it's about a 1-inch screw, inch and something screw. And these up top here is 2-inch, 2.5-inch, but I still put all three of them at the 41 foot-pounds, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's not over tightened. And right now I still have play in here, both clockwise and counterclockwise. I don't want to keep tightening these things, and because this is supposed to have play. This is supposed to have play when you move your vehicle, when you stop your vehicle, when you come to a complete stop or a sudden stop. These are what hold your engine and your transmission into place, that it doesn't go back and forth on you. But you don't want to over tighten them. And I got my 18 millimeter. I have 18 millimeter in the 3/4 inch and the 1/4 inch, but they're somewhere right now, and I have access to my 18 millimeter 1/2 inch, so I'm gonna use that and try to get this thing rolling. And like I said, guys, there you go, right there guys. And I'm gonna use my extension. I have long extension that I can go down there, and that's where my guns comes in and my extensions comes in, because I use them for those purposes, and I'm not gonna have them and be killing out myself and not using them. So I put my extension on here like that, and I put my gun on. Alright guys, so I just finished torquing. I'm gonna finish torquing these bolts right here. These ones are 74 foot-pounds, and that's good. Oh wow, my power gun did a good job. Okay, yeah, power gun did a good job, guys. My Ryobi right here, guys. It's my Ryobi 18 volt. This baby will tighten up a lot of stuff and loosen up a lot of stuff. When I have bigger jobs or heavier jobs, I use my big gun, the plug-in one. It uses a 110 volt, but it's more heavy duty, and it has that vibration like a power drill or a jackhammer type. I have an ear gun that I use. My ear gun will take off anything and loosen any screw, because I see that ear gun loosen nuts on my big truck, the 295 75 295 80 22.5 tires. Those lug nuts, my ear gun bust them thing open and tighten them back up. And I see expensive Milwaukee battery power tool could not even, it goes through 6 batteries before it loosens 2 or 3 bolts. So yeah, and then this one on this side now, guys. I have this one on this side. These ones over here on this side. Kind of running out of light right now, but I'm going to show you the ones on this side here. The lower ones here, these two that I showed you earlier on, these two little ones down here, they're 15 foot-pounds. You don't want to over torque these. These are 15 foot-pounds. These up here is 41 foot-pounds, and these are also 41 foot-pounds. So the bracket from the engine block onto the engine mount. It has 5 screws, 3 from the block to the mount is 41 foot-pounds, and then the 2 little back ones, they're 15 foot-pounds, and the lower ones, one on the front and one on the back, those are also 41 foot-pounds. So, and like I said, I'm a very thoroughly person when it comes to torque, and I'm kind of running out of light right now, but I just wanted, I don't know what happened. I guess my camera was made to run that way, because as soon as it started to get dark a little bit, I saw my camera light came on. And I like this one because some of the cameras that you use the night vision, it does turn the camera light on, but it shows into black and white. It captures in black and white. And this one I actually can turn my light on and shine over here. And if it was night, my camera would still be shining, and I would still be able to capture in colored. It's not gonna be as bright as the daytime, but at least it's not black and white. But some of the cameras, I kind of like some of the cameras that has the night vision on it, that goes into black and white, because when you put them on the night vision, that is, even though it's black and white, the darkest of night, that thing shows everything. It picks up everything. It's just black and white. So, you know, so I'm gonna torque these down, and after I torque these down, I'm gonna call it a day, because before I start doing anything here on the front, guys, before I start doing anything, I have to get the back screw line up, and I have to go find that screw so I could put back in that one, and then I can start connecting all my my wires from around here. I can start connecting everything back here, so whenever time I'm done, I'm start putting the front. I already put the back in, so I want to do that when I have enough room that I can stretch back here and do what I'm doing and see what I'm doing, because there's a lot of things back here to be put back together, hoses and O2 sensors, connectors, a whole bunch of stuff that back there that's gotta come back, that's gotta go. I have to put back my I have to put on back my transmission harness, because it's a different harness. And I don't know why I'm treating this thing like this, guys, because this thing, I should have this thing inside my car. This thing not even supposed to be out catching any water, because this is my transmission harness. This plugs into my main PCM, and it plugs into the transmission at the front. Plugs into the transmission at the front right here, plugs into here, and plugs into my PCM, and I can't miss it because they're all color coded over there. And like I told you, I didn't disconnect any of my PCM, only this one. I had to take this one out in order to get my transmission out without ruining this harness, because this harness, if you don't get it at the junkyard, then you're gonna pay an arm and a leg for it. And these ones goes to the sensors, your speed sensors and all that. They go to your speed sensors. All 3 of them goes to your speed sensors. One goes, I think that one control left side, right side, rear, and yeah. So that's that, and I should have that more careful like this. And I wouldn't be putting all these stuff on top of my engine if my engine hadn't been covered. And I didn't have just one shirt here, guys. I have 2. I put 2. So nothing falls down. And because eventually, when you're working, you're gonna be putting stuff on your engine. No mechanic tells me that they work with an engine that they don't put stuff on their engine. They put stuff on their engine. They put stuff on up here. They put stuff all over the place. you know, wherever they can find it, once they look and their eyes can see it. But before I start putting the front back together, guys, I have to start putting the back. I have to catch my transmission mount back there, and I have to find the screw, and I know the screw that I put in was not the right screw. I want to go find the right screw and get it in. But now that I have these two sides all tightened up and everything, it should be easier for me to get that screw out and get the bolt out and get the next one in. And I'm gonna torque these up, guys. And like I said, these are 41 foot-pounds, 15 foot-pounds, 41 foot-pounds. The only bolt that's on here that's 57 foot-pounds and 74 foot-pounds is the two upper transmission mount bolts over here, and the lower one at the front. Two is 74 and one is 57. So they have the different torque specs, so you just have to torque them to the right torque spec. And these one down here, they are 10 millimeters, so I'm going to prepare these, and I'm going to find my 1/2 inch step down for these and go ahead and torque these down, since I already found my 10 inch. I'm just going to go ahead and torque it down, but yeah, and I still have to step down all the way down to 15 foot-pounds. So I'm going to send this down all the way down to 15 foot-pounds. Foot-pounds. Okay. Tighten that one. This one. I'm going to tighten this one and torque it. I should be using an extension on this thing so I don't break or bend anything. Because why have the tool and not use it? You see, I almost maybe bent this, which is not bent or broken, but I just don't want to be bending anything when I have the right tools that can do the job, guys. That one. I'm gonna come back to this one, and like I said, guys, it's gotta go all the way down because I only use the little Craftsman hand tool to tighten this, and like I said, they only tighten to certain dimension. Alright, so that's done, guys. Did the two lower one, which is 15 pounds. I'm gonna do the 41 foot-pounds down here, and then I catch these ones. So I'm still gonna need the extension for that one, and here are these ones over here. It's 16 millimeter or 5/8. They're 16 millimeters, so I'm still gonna need a step down from the 1/2 inch to the 3/4 inch. one, and that's that one. This is a 17 millimeter. That's too big. So this is a 5/8 or a 16 millimeter. I can't find my 16 millimeter right now, so I'm using my 5/8, and they're practically the same thing. These are actually 16 millimeter, and the 5/8 will work, but it's not actually the same size. And now that I tighten them up, guys, and I'm gonna torque them down. I didn't want to use this to tighten them up, but I didn't want to walk and go find my my winch when this was nearby. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 41 foot-pounds on them. 40. Forty 41 foot-pounds. I probably already reached the 41 foot-pounds. Yep. Okay, yep. Actually, the middle one, I think the middle one is a 15. Okay, yep. It's already been reached. So I got one more at the back here. This one is the one that's spinning, and I need to find the 15 millimeter for this one. Because this one is not the same size. Not the same size. It's a little bit, it's a 15. And I'll get back to that. He's already been forked. So you see, guys, they're 3 balls, but they're 3 different sizes. They're not the same. And I found, I told you it was a 15. So these are 16. These are 16. The 2 front ones are 16, and the middle one is 15 millimeter. See the difference? One is 16. The 16 is to tighten up the two end ones, and the 15 is to tighten up the middle ones, and they all look the same, but they're different, guys. And the 15 would not work over here. Only the 16 can work, or the 5/8. So that's why you have all these sockets. And you have the step down and all that, if you don't have a socket, that works. And if you don't have a 1/2 inch socket, you can always step it down to a 3/4, or whatever the case may be. You know, and I know at this point you're excited as I am right now that I got this far. I mean, guys, we did it. Amazing, ain't it? You can work together and do things together, and I have you guys company. I have you guys company, and you know, I know you guys are watching me every step of the way, so you know, I have to do it right, and I have to do things right and do it the right way. I'm not gonna do something that you guys gonna try at home and it's gonna damage your vehicle. You know, all my videos that I'm making is not something that I'm guessing, it's something that I know and something that I've done over so many times. You know, I lost count except for the videos that I had that I end up losing. But you know, it is what it is, guys. You know, so you know, it's your boy African 50, you know, saying, you know, I have to sit here and look at this thing that was sitting on the ground, you know, sitting in a ship or in a truck weeks ago, a week or so ago, and I got this thing on Monday, and you know, some of my friend was gonna told me that, you know, the space that I have and what I have, because all of a sudden my cherry picker started to leak again from the hydraulic you know, jack. It started to leak, and I had to take pressure off it and use my jack. I got the engine high enough that I could put my jack underneath there and use my jack as a support to jack the engine up and take most of the pressure off the cherry picker. And I think I busted the cylinder again. You know, I don't know, the second time. I think they put in some little cheap um, you know, cylinder on these heavy duty stuff, and calling them heavy duty commercial, because this thing is heavy, man. This thing is heavy. It's heavy. It's hard enough to push it. Talk more of when you have an engine on it and a transmission to go with it, guys. It's not easy. It's not easy. But yeah, we did it. We did it, guys. You know, here we did it. See. So these are the bolts that I'm telling you about, guys. These two bolts right here, these two end bolts right here are 41 foot-pounds, and this middle one here is also 41 foot-pounds. Or you can even go up to 57 foot-pounds on this one. Alright. And these two bolts here, there are 16 millimeter or 5/8, and this one is 15 millimeter. All right, and these two little ones down here that I was telling you about, guys, this little one down here, if you can see right here, this one right here and this one over here on that side, this one right here that I'm pointing to right here, this two right here, they're 15 millimeter, they're 15 pound foot-pounds. So you don't want to over torque them. You don't want to torque them to 41 foot-pounds like these, because then you're gonna break them, guys. You see, those are the two back bolts, the two little black ones. Those are 8 millimeters or 10 millimeters, sorry, and those are 15 foot-pounds. And the ones on the front, the two end ones, this one here and this one, they're all three of them are 41 foot-pounds. And then on this side, I'm going to show you on this side, you have the bolts right here again. And I was showing you earlier on that you have two bolts, guys, and you have this bolt right here and you have this back one right here. So those two bolts are 41 foot-pounds, and those are the bolts from your engine mount onto the body. And then you have one underneath here that goes through here where my finger is at. It goes up underneath there. That one is 37 foot-pound, but I did torque that at 41 foot-pounds as well. So I made all three of these 41 foot-pounds. And this one right here, the two this one on this side, and this one, those are 74 foot-pounds, and this is the little one down here that I was telling you about, that's 57 foot-pounds. All right, but I never took that off. I didn't have to take that off. I just left that one on there. I just released these two screws, release these ones and the one in here, and take this whole transmission mount off. But I could have done it otherwise. I could have just released these two screws, the one in behind here, and this one that's 57 foot-pounds, and take this whole thing up. Take this whole thing up, guys. But I didn't want to do that because then back here there's also one screw, another screw that's also a 57 foot-pound torque, and there's another one on the back side over there. So this whole bracket holds down with three screws, guys. 3 screws. There's one on this side and one on the other side, and then there's one on the front. So I didn't want to mess with all of that. The easiest way to take it off was to take these two screws out, these two, and because what I did, once I took these two, I didn't release these 2 screws yet, because you release these 2 screws, now you can't get to the middle one the way you want to get to it. You still have to take these 2 out. So what I did, I took these 2 screws out, and when I took these 2 screws out, I lowered my transmission, and my transmission went down, and I had enough space to actually take the bolt out from behind here, and these, and just take the engine board off, and I put it back on the same way. Now the one in the back is the one I'm not gonna go any further, and I'm gonna show you that one back here. I'm gonna show you that one back here, guys. That one back here is the one that I'm gonna have to go find the screws for it, because like I said, the screw that I put in wasn't the right screw. It was actually the wrong screw, and I'm gonna have to go find the screws for it, because I'm not putting in anything that's not right. It goes right behind here. I'm gonna take this EGR valve line up, and this right here. This is my transmission cable. This goes back to my transmission right here, and I had saved all the screws and everything, and I know everything, because this gonna go right back into park, and it's gonna set back into the groove. But I'm not putting all these back together yet until I'm finished with back there, because I'm gonna need space to put my transmission harness back in, and these can't be in the way when I'm working back here, putting back this together. So these are the last things I'm gonna put in, but all these things had to be taken off in order for me to get my transmission up and running. Like I said, guys, there's nothing to it. All you have to do is just release it from down here, because it has a bracket down here that it goes into, and you put it on here, and once you put it on here, it stays on there. But I'm not going to really do that right now. I need space to work in to get to down here, so I can put that bolt in back there, guys. And it's going to be a lot of work. You know, I mean, it's easy now. Like I said, that bolt was too easy to put in, because the one that I took out, I know it was a long, like a 4-inch bolt, guys. It was a 4-inch bolt, so you have to pay attention to those little things, guys. You have to pay attention. And it was rubbing onto my my steering wheel column right down there, where you see that shine. It was rubbing down to my steering wheel column. I'm gonna go up and show you my steering wheel column right there, and right in that little bracket there, that's where I'm gonna put the screw in. Right in there, I'm gonna put the screw, and that's my steering wheel column. And my steering wheel column has it has a rubber that covers it, so that's kind of like a little piece of guide as well, so that when you're taking out the screw, the bolt, it doesn't damage your steering wheel column. But that's where I gotta get that screw in, guys. that's where I gotta get that screw in all the way back there. There we go, and see if I can show you a little bit more and to where I have to get that screw in. Right back there. Right back there, guys, right back there. I have to go and I have to pull that bolt out and put another one in, and it goes all the way out. You see my power steering column right there. It has to pass through there, and the bolt is so long that it's only one way you can get it, and it's through the driver side wheel. You have to go to the driver side wheel to get it in. You can stay here and you can get it from here, but it's gonna take a longer while for you to do that. So yes, guys, it's getting really dark right now and I can't see much down there, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna wrap things up for right now because I can't see much down there no more, and I'm just gonna call it a day because you know, you guys have spent the Christmas with me, and it's time for me now to go and enjoy myself. So thank you guys, and you know, Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas to all of you, and Happy New Year when it comes. I love all of you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for making me feel special. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, and you know, I'm looking forward to a better 2025. We're gonna do a lot of things together, a lot of exciting things, a lot of amazing things. This is just the beginning, but you know, I was happy that you guys was here with me to see how this I put my engine back together, and it wasn't an easy task, guys. It wasn't an easy task in putting this engine back together, but I finally got it off the ground, and I can sleep a little bit tonight. And like I said, this is not a small engine, guys. This is not a small engine. This is a big engine. This is a huge engine, a huge transmission, and it also have a transaxle on it. So this is not a piece of cake to get out, but where it's at right now, I'm loving it. Like I said, there's underneath the bottom, there's still a lot of things to be done because I haven't torqued those bolts yet. I have to torque those bolts, and I have to jack the car all the way up to put my when I'm putting back my Y pipe, because all those things have to go back on before I start even putting on my harnesses and stuff like that. My Y pipe has to go back on. My catalytic converter has to go back on the front. My radiator hoses and all of that has to go back on. So there's still a lot of work to be done. There's like another maybe 2 full days of work with me doing it by myself, because like I said, I'm not only just slapping back the old engine that I got, I'm also interchanging parts as I go along, and I'm cleaning up as I go along. I could have slapped this baby in and put it back the way I got it a long time ago, and it would have probably only take me 2 days to put this thing in and get it back up, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a nice, decent looking engine. And guys, I want to bring you, before I go, I want to bring your attention to something. Remember I was filming a part earlier on today where I show you right in here where the light is flashing, how it was all white and everything, and I wasn't sure if it was salt or snow eating into the into my engine block, but it's actually not decay. It's just you know, regular corrosion that these transmission these engines give, because these engines are not only built of metal, they also aluminum part metal, part plastic and all that stuff. So I use the diesel fuel to clean up this area right here, guys, and I don't see the white coming back. And like I said, I had used chemical to spray it the day before, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's the chemical that when it dried it looked like that, and I didn't like the look, so I used some diesel fuel to clean it up. And what I did, I lube my diesel fuel. I lubed it, you know, overnight, so in the morning when I get up and I spray it again, it will clean up at least some of those corrosion and let it look a little bit better. But it's a whole lot better than how it was before. And you know, I have to change my oil filter and all of that, so all of those stuff are going to be done before I even start putting the front of the engine back together. Everything underneath here is going to go back the way it's supposed to go before I even start focusing on the front and everything like that. I want to work on the back, and then when I finish working on the back, I go up underneath here, jack the vehicle up higher. And when you're jacking up your vehicle high, guys, whether high or low, once it gets off the tires, always use you know, your jack stands to hold your car up. For me, jack stand doesn't really work here because it's like I said, I live in a sandy area, so my jack stand doesn't really work. So what I do, I get the 2x4s are the 2x2s, and I use them and I double them up and use that to put when I jack my car up, I use that to hold it. Or I get thumps like blocks, because we do tree work, so we get these oak woods that are very strong. Even when they're dry, they're very strong, and those are some good jacks. Like you can see, I have one underneath that part right here. I'm going to show you right there. I have one jack underneath right there, and that's what holds it up, that part right there. So yeah, guys, you know, it is what it is. It's off the ground and I'm happy, you know. And my harness worked perfectly fine. I got my harness over my engine, so I didn't have to stress that or strain it too much, and that's a good thing because that's my ABS harness. I don't want to mess with that, and I'm leaving it like that because I'm supposed to get my electrical tape, and I'm supposed to retape this thing all the way from one end to the other. And like I said, man, when I'm done with this engine, you know, I don't want any fault or any mistake or anything like that. So, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, love you guys. Until next time, see you then. Walk good.
Africon 50